How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk about stocks and focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. You just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So we're going to be talking about SOS and EBON. So before we get started, let's go over the agenda. So the first thing that we're going to be going over, of course, is price action for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and as well as Dogecoin. This does have an impact on SOS and EBON, and that's the reason why we cover it. We're also going to be doing a technical analysis for both of these stocks. I think it's key to know where those support and resistance areas so you can know the trend in regards to price action. After that, we're also going to be taking a look at the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. There's been some recent updates and I really can't wait to share it with you guys. And then after, when all of that is over, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's get into it. So let's take a look at the price action for Bitcoin. So it had a today's high of $56,426. And when I took the screenshot, it was at $54,838. And this is at 6:09 p.m. So one of the things to be aware of, it's continuing to build up consolidation and support in this mid 50K area. We want to see that move to 60K, then we'll notice a significant difference in the stocks that we hold and in the space in general. But for the most part, we want to see this, it's consolidating so we can get ready for that run up. So now let's take a look at Ethereum. With Ethereum, you guessed it, it's killing it on all-time highs. So today's high was $2,761, and when I took the screenshot, it was $2,749. So one thing that we could be aware of, it's definitely showing some stronger price action than Bitcoin, but also we are not surprised about this because we spoke about this and we said that this would exactly happen, and this is what we're seeing right now. So one of the things I'm going to be looking forward to is it continuing to smash it. So we know that SOS also does mine Ethereum as well. So this bodes very well. So let's move on to Dogecoin. As for Dogecoin, it's definitely looking bullish right now. When we were taking a look at it, it was around the 27-cent area. Now it's here at 31 cents when I took the screenshot. In regards to today's high, it was as high as 34 cents. So it's definitely looking bullish for Doge, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on it because as we know that EBON is actually getting into mining Doge and as well as Litecoin. So let's get into the technical analysis, and we'll be doing the institutional ownership and the short interest for both SOS and EBON. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SOS, which ended up having a fairly good day today. So it ended up closing at $4.58, being up 3.85% on the day. When we look at the low, it was $4.27, and on the high, touching $4.65. So one of the things that we spoke about yesterday was how well it was going to respect this support area that we noticed right here at $4.40. And you know what? It did fairly well, and it looks like it's building up some support here right at the $4.55 level. We've seen this was also a level that we need to take notice of from the 26th going all the way until the 27th. So if it can hold this $4.55 area, things are looking really good. You can see in after hours it got to $4.65. It'll be great to see that actually hold. Another thing is that's literally riding on the 200-day moving average. So what I want to see tomorrow is us making that retest, getting back to 475 where we got to yesterday. Are we going to be able to do it? That's what I'm looking forward to. We're already above the 100-day, and it's definitely looking bullish. We're on the 21-day. You could also see that we're riding above on that trend, staying above it. It's at $4.45. So as long as we can hold this new support area of 455, we can make that retest to the 470s come tomorrow. And what I'd want to see is also seeing a further push getting into the 480. Once we're able to get past that 480 level, I'll be looking forward to 485 to the 490s. So if it decides to pull back tomorrow, then definitely look out for that area of $4.40 to actually hold. And then after, if it does pull back even further than that, I would not be surprised if it ended up rebounding off the 100-day that you can see here at $4.28. But for the most part, we are continuing to see increasing levels of support, and that's what we want to see, and this is what we are looking forward to. We just want to make that push to 5. I know it seems like a good ways away, but do keep in mind this is an area of resistance. So once we're able to actually get past this $5 level, we're going to see even more of a bullish movement. So as we take a look at the institutional ownership for SOS, it's definitely looking bullish right now. Even as of April the 28th, which is today, we had 2 institutions buying in, which was Atlas Private Wealth Advisors and as well as Senge Advisory Group. And then on the 27th and the 26th, which we covered, having 2 institutions of Bedell and Belvedere. So things are definitely looking good, and we haven't seen any closed positions as of late either, and this is going from all the way from April the 14th and the 12th leading up to what we have today on April the 28th. So let's move on to the short interest information. As of April the 28th, which was today, we had a short volume of 1.8 million. As we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 250,000, and if we take a look at the short borrow free rate, it stands at 15.98%. So it's still fairly high. And as we go down further to take a look at the previous history of the short volume ratio, on the 27th, it was at 14.52. We haven't seen the numbers yet for April the 28th, which should be coming out this evening. But that's just something to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. We've been seeing it in the 14 level on the 27th and on the 26th. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it's going to be looking like for today, and I will continue to keep you guys updated. So we're going to be doing our technical analysis for eBank International, ticker symbol EBON. So let's take a look at its overall performance on the day. So ended up closing at $4.43, being down 1.34% on the day. On the low, it tested $4.27, and then on the high, it tested $4.45. So one of the things that we want to take notice of, and this is something we spoke about previously, was how well it was going to hold up this area in regards of $4.30, and it did just that by closing above it. What I'd want to see, hey, this $4.40 level, I want to see how well it holds up. I feel like if this continues, then we could definitely look forward to seeing us have increasing support and actually building it around the 450s. But since we did have a down day, and if we end up having a pullback tomorrow, then definitely look out for those areas where it tested around the 427, B425 to be exact, and also taking a look at this area here around 410. So as long as those particular areas do not break, then I don't see EBON going below $4. But I would love to see it actually start looking a little bit more bullish. At the same time, it's still above the 21-day EMA at $4.36. So that's why I want to see it reclaim back to the 200. Once again, reclaim back to the 200-day that we have over here at $4.55 and build up some consolidation and support. Then I will be looking for a bullish movement so it could start testing into $5. But for now, it seems to be trading in a very tight range, and the range what I'm seeing right now is between around 450 and as well over here around 428, 430. So just be aware of that range in that channel. So if you're looking at swing trade opportunities, you're aware of those support and those resistance areas. But I do see a breakout when it breaks this particular channel, when it reclaims the 200, like I said. As we take a look at the institutional ownership for EBON, it's definitely looking bullish for institutions. We could see a good amount of open positions here, and we also went over this yesterday as well, but it's good to see it is continuing. We haven't seen any recent closed positions, especially near the ending of the month comes to a close. So we have the Cutler Group, we also have Belvedere Trading, we also have iShares Small Cap ETF. So we'll see how this continues, and I'll give you guys another update in regards to tomorrow. So let's go into the short interest. Looking at the short interest in regards to the amount of shares that were traded today on April the 28th, we had about 2 million of those shares that were sold short. And also as we scroll down the page, the short shares availability is around 1.6 million. And if we look at the short borrow free rate, it stands at around 2%. As far as for the short volume ratio, since we don't see the figure for today, we could see at yesterday it was around 24.4%. 0.36. So what does this mean? Anything above 21% does show off short squeeze potential. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what the number is going to be when it gets updated tonight on Fintel, but it definitely does look good for EBON because it has institutional ownership where, you know what, a lot of institutions are bullish, but also at the same time, hey, it does have that squeeze potential, so we have to continue to look forward and see what the price action is looking like. So for my final thoughts for SOS and EBON, I definitely like how things are looking. It's looking bullish, and we're also seeing that institutions are also vested. Institutions are not going to be investing in stocks if they don't see any upside in the medium to long term. So knowing this, we could definitely look forward to seeing some price action going to the upside. Also be aware of the fact, if you're a believer like myself, that Bitcoin is going to be hitting 100K by the end of the year or at the beginning of next year, then you're definitely in the right position right now, and make sure that you have that patience if you are interested and you are holding shares. If you don't have that patience and you just feel like, hey, you feel like selling, or you're like, oh, this is too risky, or it's not moving enough, then you need to make decisions where it's going to help you mentally instead of panicking, okay? The next thing that I want to also cover the fact is, hey, we have earnings that are going to be coming right around the corner, and I'm looking forward to getting some updates, especially with SOS, to see how they're doing in regards to Bitcoin and Ethereum mining. We got some numbers recently, but hey, we're going to be getting another one. I'm assuming that it's going to be coming at the latest the mid of May. We were supposed to get an update around April the 30th, but if we don't get it then I'm looking for it in the middle of the May. And that will give us a good idea, and also does serve as a catalyst of seeing how far SOS can actually go. And of course, EBON will be reflected with this because they have earnings right around the same time. We don't really have a definite date. I've kind of noticed this with the Chinese companies, but hey, at least we have a range to actually look out for. Also, to kind of give you guys the update, anyone who's actually invested in these particular plays when it comes to options, like I was saying in the last video, tread carefully. Right? You don't want to be wasting your money here. We already see it trades in a very tight channel, and we already know the people who are putting these options together definitely have interest in regards to shorting the stock and manipulating the stock so they don't have to pay out, especially on those premiums. So don't waste your money. Go further out. I know some of you have left some comments inside the comment section. That's one of the smartest things you could do, especially for these two stocks and the manipulation that is going on. So continue to do that. And yeah, that's about it. What I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk real soon.